Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the Cordina versus Vazquez Is On video as undefeated IBF super featherweight champion of the world at 130 pounds, Joe Cordina, puts his title on the line against unknown Edward Vazquez on Saturday, November 4th on DAZN. Before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. So back to this fight between these two. I'm not happy that Cordina decided to fight a guy with no name. Cordina's coming off of a big win over Shavkat Rakhimov. You know, there was a lot of options being discussed for him. We know the unification with O'Shaquie Foster fell through. Foster blamed Cordina's side, and we know Cordina is interested in fighting the winner of Lee Wood and Josh Warrington, who fight earlier on in October. But you know, for Cordina to land on a guy that, Vazquez 15-1. His lone defeat came to Raymond Ford, another kind of undefeated fighter on the rise, but that was by a split decision a couple years back. But he hasn't beaten anybody to deserve this shot, so I was deeply disappointed that Cordina decided on this as an optional defense, because I feel like he does have good options that he could take that have names attached to them, even if they're not the top end of the division. But this division's so wide open, and I would have loved to see the Zelfa Barrett fight. But I did say from day one that I felt like Zelfa Barrett might be too difficult a style for Cordina, unless Cordina was fully confident he could knock out Barrett, because Barrett would probably be winning on the scorecards. He could probably outbox Cordina. So I don't know what happened with that fight, but I know it didn't happen. And now Cordina is just returning on November 4th to make a defense against Edward Vazquez, and I'm not looking forward to him fighting some guy with no name. I'll probably still watch the fight. I'm interested in Joe Cordina. He's undefeated. He's defeated the two guys that everybody thought were going to beat him, and he never lost his title, so I just want to see him, make a name for himself. But I really believe he probably is very interested in the winner of Lee Wood and Josh Warrington, because Warrington and Wood, the winner of that fight for the WBA featherweight title at 126, the winner has to move, if they don't move up and fight a guy like Cordina, they're going to have to make a mandatory defense against an undefeated fighter who's like 11-0, 12-0 with 10 or 11 knockouts. And I just don't think either one of them is going to want to fight that guy, make that mandatory at their age. They're probably going to want to challenge themselves in another all-UK battle against a good fighter, and for a championship in a second weight class like Cordina makes sense. So, so for me, I think Cordina's just trying to build towards that big all-UK battle that he can have, and maybe settle on a rematch with like Rakhimov or Zelfa Barrett next year, in the second half or something like that. So that's kind of what the direction I see Cordina going in. But when you take on a guy like Vazquez, you can tend to overlook a guy like that. And, that's what Vazquez needs to hope that Cordina is going to do. He needs to hope that he's going to overlook him so he can try to pull off that big victory. And even if he's not overlooking him, Vazquez needs to bring his best, because he's getting a golden opportunity here, a title shot that is not deserved. He's getting that shot, and we're going to see what he does with it. So that's it. That's what I got. So Saturday, November 4th on DAZN, Cordina versus Vazquez Is On for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the World at 130 pounds. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.